Welcome back to the Witch's Way podcast. This is Kat.
And Jamie.
And tonight we're going to be talking about breaking bad habits.
And you can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
We also post it to our YouTube channel, New Witch Academy of Modern Magic. So please find us there. And if you like what we talk about,
Like and subscribe.
Us,
oh my
like
gosh.
and subscribe. Yeah.
It feels so unnatural to promote ourselves, but how else will people find out about it? We have to have people like and subscribe to get more people liking and subscribing.
Absolutely. To get our message out. Yeah.
To get our message out, to help people. Our message is we want to help.
Yep.
Well, so we're talking about breaking bad habits, and I think for me, in my spirituality, you guys, breaking bad habits is really, it goes way beyond just, oh, I need to eat better, I should go to the gym, I don't know, whatever else we think about as our bad habits. For me, becoming aware of my bad habits is where I see the biggest change for my growth spiritually. I think that when you become aware, the more aware you become, so it's like, you start at level 1 and you just build your way up. It's not like in one day you're at level 10 of self-awareness. But as you become more self-aware, you naturally grow spiritually because you're no longer just in this like automatic human thing, just kind of drudging through every single day. You're aware of all the things you're doing, and you're starting to choose things that make you happy instead of just doing the same old bullshit that you're not happy with. You're like, I'm going to decide for myself today to not do the shit I don't like,
Well, Jamie's been practicing for over 25 years.
Yeah.
And I'm a newer witch. I've only been practicing for 5 years. I really can connect with what you're saying because over my evolution of the last 5 years, I didn't start out day one being aware. It took trial and error and talking and listening and
somebody else telling you. Did it help when we brought things up?
Yeah. It did help. So Jamie's got a psych degree, and so she could always talk to me in a way that I could receive that message. But she would say things in a way that I would be like, "Oh, is that how what I'm saying is being perceived?"
Yeah.
So one of the things, I think our first question is,
yeah,
what's your worst bad habit?
What's your worst bad habit? Who wants to go first?
Oh my gosh. And I'm going to say, I'm a Scorpio. And so I'm notorious for being extremely blunt in my delivery. And this is not always received well, if at all ever. And it probably took me getting on this spiritual path to have that awareness of the way that I was speaking, how it impacted, how it was received from other people. Because I just, I always just thought about, hey, I'm just being, I'm just telling
just being me, just being real.
No, it's not that. I always was like, I tell it like it is. Well, people don't want to hear that.
And it's not, I don't think it's not just that, like people don't want to hear it, but I'm not sure that people can adjust when it comes off so mean. I don't know.
It does come off. It does,
snarky. I don't know the word.
It can come off as rude. It can come off as bitchy. Sounding bitchy.
Yeah.
It's just it's abrasive.
Yeah,
it's abrasive.
That's a good word for it, right?
And so
when people say abrasive things to you, you automatically shut down and your defenses go up. You're like, well, how about fuck you? And so when you're saying things that are abrasive to other people and they hear it, they're instantly probably putting up their wall and going like, I'm not even listening after that.
And it's so funny because it has really come into my awareness how I interact with people. Because you guys, I'm almost 66 years old, so this is like a lifetime habit that I'm trying to break.
Yeah.
And the only way that I can do this is to be aware of my interactions with people and my tone of voice. And also, and it's not just even my tone of voice, it's like, what am I thinking when I respond to them? Because if I'm thinking something negative, like, all right, asshole, fuck you. Right?
That's your tone.
Then that's my tone of voice.
That's your tone.
Right? But if I try to see them from a more compassionate point of view to understand where if they're coming at me with a tone of voice that's not super friendly or whatever, if I try to have compassion there, which is another thing that I'm learning.
So the two go hand in hand.
They do,
Yeah.
actually, because what happens is then if I can be more compassionate, I can be kinder.
Yeah.
And my body language, my tone of voice, everything changes. And I have to work at that. I have to tell you guys, after 50 plus years or so of doing the same kind of shit and being the same way, I have to work at it. I have to remind myself sometimes for those thoughts, when those thoughts come up and I'm like, fuck you, asshole. I'm like, okay.
That rebellious child
okay,
is like,
wait a minute.
Fuck the patriarchy.
Is he really an asshole? No, probably not. He's probably just having a bad day or whatever. But
or something happened. Or
yeah.
See, and I think that's where perceptions, like this isn't the podcast for perceptions, but perceptions and how we view the world is how we end up treating the people around us and even ourselves, and that everybody's perception or perspective is their own reality. So you can imagine you meet somebody who like hates everybody, hates the world. That's how they're going to treat you no matter who you are. That's why we shouldn't take things that people do to us, I'm using air quotes here, as personal, because they don't know shit about us and they're just assuming everybody is the same. And so we shouldn't feel attacked by that. Another podcast.
Agree on both counts.
Okay.
Agree on the point and agree that that's another podcast. So what's your worst bad habit?
When I was going through this, I go back to my time after my PTSD event, and I always thought it was like drinking and eating to soothe myself. Being bored, really not knowing what to do. I used alcohol or other drinks, like even teas, just anything to sort of get out of the boredom or not being able to sit with myself. I needed to activate like something else inside of me. And I've pretty much used food and drinks to do that my entire life. Well, my adult life, because I don't remember doing that at home. I don't know what the fuck I did when I was a kid to do this. Like, I think I went in nature. I think that was it. I just was like outside a lot.
I remember you as a kid, and you spent a lot of time. You spent a lot of time by yourself. It was almost like you needed that alone time, but you also could entertain yourself. Starting when she was like 18 months old, you guys know. So I had 2 kids. Her brother's 3.5 years older than her. And then I had her. So the first one always had to be entertained, constantly needing my attention. And then I get this one who comes along, and she'll just play with her dolls for like 4 hours and not a peep out of her. I would have to go check on her to see if she was okay. She was content to be by herself and play by herself. She was in her head, in her imagination.
Imagination, yeah.
And then as you grew up and you got older, what I saw was you turning to like art and reading. And I mean, I remember how your room always looked like you were always the neat one with all your stuff like lined up perfectly, and the whole place looking, spiffy. And she really cared about that kind of stuff. And I feel like those habits of like keeping your room really neat and like lining your dolls up, or your, My Little Ponies.
And it feels so weird. Yes, I had My Little Ponies.
My Little Ponies.
I don't remember dolls though. Yeah.
Well, the dolls was when you were like 2 years old.
Oh, okay.
But My Little Ponies, the things that you collected, you'd have them all lined up.
I did. Remember when I went through the dolphin phase, and I had all the little dolphin trinkets from wherever we like went to, and all the dolphins would have to be facing like out at me. They had to be like coordinated in a way where they looked like they were in one big pod. I
feel like those types of habits, that there was a comfort in those.
It was a therapy, probably.
It was therapy for you
definitely.
to just
I could
because
see that.
You could be in your own head and you could be with your things, and you could. I don't know what was going on in your mind.
Me neither.
But I would see the end result of it as like, this nice little, all the dolphins are facing me.
Yeah, I could see all their faces. Like, all right, sound off, everybody here, because my sister was infamous for wanting to touch my things. And of course, right, we shared a room, we shared bunk beds, all that. And I'm talking like till I was 16 years old. But she loved my side of the room because it was neat and clean. And I'm about to call her out. Like, she's messy. Her clothes were everywhere, but she knew where everything was. She was one of those messy, but knows where everything's at. But she liked to come over and touch all of the little trinkets that I had all set up in perfect order. And you know what? I would know, because she wouldn't put them back the same way. And like, I would know about those things. And she used to call me psycho. Okay, Jimmy, you're psycho. I'm like, I'm not. I'm just particular. I like things a certain way.
Well, I call Jolene a tornado because you would go into her room. This is after Jamie went off to the Navy. But I would go into her room and literally all of her clothes would be piled in a huge pile on her bed. And I'm like, what is going on in here? You know, I just would have to close the door because by that time she was 14 or 15 years old. The habits were ingrained at that point, and she was not going to keep her room clean ever. I gave up that battle of trying to keep her room clean.
Clothes didn't belong in the closet to her. Like, that's not where clothes went.
No, they
she
all
needed
went on.
to see everything.
She needed to see everything.
Yeah, she had to, like, they had to be out so she could remember that she had it. But.
Yeah, she wanted to dig through them, and it's like somebody going through and like flinging stuff, you know? They're going through the pile, like, nope, not that, that's not there yet.
And like I said, things were everywhere, but she knew where every single thing was. It didn't matter. She knew. That was not bad.
So what was I don't know that we got to your
my
bad habit.
Oh, see, I was trying to avoid that. No.
Oh, I see.
No,
you don't want to talk about your bad habit.
So my first one that I thought of was like food and like soothing myself, self-soothing with food and alcohol, or other drinks, like getting a Monster, talk about your Starbucks addiction. I mean, how long?
Yeah.
So I was addicted to Starbucks for probably 4 years.
Yeah.
And that was my reason to get out of the house. It was part of my day. It was like, I knew I was going to Starbucks. It was just something I had to do.
Yeah.
Back when Starbucks wasn't as expensive as it is now. And I had like the gold card. I was a whole fucking member, and like, I was in the club. I drank the juice or whatever they say. I drank the Kool-Aid of that place. And then then like being a member meant nothing, and I didn't get any free add-ons, and I was like, why am I still coming here? I don't know. Yeah. It was a sad day that I had to give up my Starbucks.
So again, we're saying that food, because we seem to be
food. Yes.
I'm listening here and I'm like, is she avoiding? Because she keeps veering off from talk about the food. And
how about procrastination? Yeah. I mean, yeah. So it sounds like that's what I was just doing also. But I know that that's probably more of an underlying one that maybe I can see that when I was a kid. I don't remember whether I used to study like the night before a test or something. I don't remember if I had a lot of that procrastination growing up, but I realized it after I got out of the Navy. I procrastinated a lot. And I think it was because I didn't have a direction after that. And so the procrastination was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to expect. And so I would wait till the last kind of second day before to do stuff and just live on that adrenaline and anxiety of like, God, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know why I did that. And it's persisted. And all through college, I spent so many nights, the day before the fucking paper was due, like up all night long, binging on coffee and popcorn and writing and crying and writing and crying and like, I fucking can't do this. This is hard. Why are we doing it? And just this whole terrible cycle I did to myself. My last semester of college was brutal.
My last semester of college was also brutal. Yes.
The writing that I had to do, I was just like, I fucking can't with this. I was like, why did
Were you online? Did you take online courses or were you in person?
No, mostly in person, yeah.
Oh, I was online. Yeah. It was so hard.
Oh, that had to be so hard.
It was so hard. That last semester was just grueling. I cried. I cried a lot. I cried over homework many times.
Many times. And I stayed up all night.
So we're going to go with the bad habit of procrastination.
Both of them, yeah. I think more procrastination because I see more of that now, definitely.
Yeah.
But my other really big bad habit is like if I'm bored or if I want to feel like something is going to be fun, I revert to that Navy bad habit of like, I'll just have a drink. A drink will make things more fun.
Oh, man.
And it's been a hard habit to break. I can't lie, because when we drink, when me and my sister drink, when me and my husband drink, it's still a party. So there's things that still reinforce it.
Yeah.
But if I'm alone and I'm like, okay, it's only 2:30 in the afternoon, I'm done with everything I got to do, I'm bored, I can mix a drink.
Yeah.
I should not mix a drink.
Listen, I just my drinking got really out of control, out of hand this summer because we spent all summer long really working our asses off on witch school, and it was hard. When we first started out making videos in March, we were like, oh, this is going so great.
This is easy.
Yeah. And then we got past all the video making and realized just how much work there was left for us to do to be able to launch with school
writing a
in
whole
August.
Course and
my God.
Everything that went into it. Yeah.
We worked a lot and we drank a lot, and I really drank a lot. And for me, at my age, first of all, I've always struggled with my weight, but at my age, things are getting, blood pressure's rising, cholesterol's rising. And so I don't want to die from a stroke at a young age. And, when I first went to the doctor and got that diet, it's like your blood pressure's high, your cholesterol's too high. And I'm like, oh. So what I did, because I couldn't stop drinking, I couldn't really slow it down, I just decided that September was going to be a dry month for me. And so I have not drank this month, and I feel good. I don't miss it unless we come around and all three of us are together while everybody's drinking, and then I'm like,
yeah,
man,
being part of the party.
Yeah, a drink sounds really good.
That it was a habit, that I formed with a community of people that even after the community was gone, the habit seemed to still stick. I don't know if anybody can relate with that, like just the things that we do where it's almost like, oh, I remember having a good time and this is what was involved. Yeah. And I'll try to recreate that.
For sure.
Yeah. So either of them, some other, we talk about bad habits, again, air quotes, negative habits, things that we know that are not that great for us. And these ones are sort of outward facing, I don't know, procrastination. People can see your procrastination. Like if you have a partner and you're a procrastinator, they know really well. They know so well that they're going to tell you the reservations are like an hour before the actual reservation because they don't want to be late because they're afraid you'll procrastinate to the last minute to get ready. But the other bad habits like negative self-talk was, Kat,
oh gosh.
I know we've talked about that one with you before. Just,
oh yeah.
I didn't know that you had that until you got here,
I didn't recognize it as a bad habit or even, I don't even know that I recognize it as negative self-talk. It was just something that
you said.
I did, and it goes on in my head,
Yeah.
And again, these are years and years of dealing with stress in the same kind of way where you're beating yourself up about decisions that you made or things are going on in your life, and and it's just there was so much negative stuff that I'm not surprised that when I came here you had to point out to me that was like the third time that I said I was so dumb or something like that, right?
No, you used to say, I'm so stupid. Oh God, I'm so fucking stupid. And so the first time it happened, I was like, I was just aware. I was like, all right, well, we all say funny shit about ourselves maybe, if it's a joke. I couldn't tell if it was a joke or not. I don't know. I was just relearning my mom after kind of being away from her for 20 years. And then it came up again. And she was like, fuck, why am I so stupid? And the way she would say it, it felt like there was conviction behind it. So probably, I remember the day that I told her, because she had said it like 3 times in that one day that I heard. And I was like, hey, so do you realize you're saying this? And you're like, what? I say that? What? It was like she was not even aware a little bit. It had become such a habit that her brain or her awareness and her spirit side was like totally oblivious to what was going on. That was just her brain and her body doing functions that were habit, and there was no actual thoughts involved on what am I saying? Do I feel this way really?
I literally was surprised.
I know you were shocked. I'm like, you didn't just hear yourself say that?
No, I didn't hear myself say it, which is just, that's when you know it's a habit because it's automatic.
Right. And you're like,
the
did I say
thinking's
that?
automatic. The words that come out of your mouth are automatic.
Yeah.
And so part of my journey through this is to become aware of those things and to find ways to stop being so critical of myself, or just even if it's not of myself, it's just talking about things like, God damn this fucking job, these fucking people, these fucking assholes, shit like that, right? That turns your day into a really kind of crappy day when you think everybody's a jerk or an asshole or stupid because whatever, they don't do things the way that you think that they should do. So I'm thinking about this with work. I work remotely. So when you're not face to face with people, then it's harder to see those. You don't get the visual cues or just the whole body. You don't get the body. You can't read body language, none of it, facial expressions. All you get is people. The way I perceived it, anyways, people making my job harder because of whatever they were doing. So, that kind of stuff is just really unhelpful. It's come into my awareness how unhelpful thinking like that and and speaking like that, even if it's not about myself, but even about other people.
Other people, yeah.
Because
you're carrying that vibration. When you say those things, you're carrying that vibration with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you absorb it. It's funny because like we think that we can say things and it doesn't affect us, but it does because it's what we vibrate at when we say those things. You know, that had to come from somewhere. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next one would be poor time management. So it's like not prioritizing tasks and things.
Oh gosh. So people who are always late drive me crazy because I'm always 15 minutes early. Mm-hmm. Or at least I was. That
annoys me, by the way. I don't like pulling up 5 minutes and she's already there. Like I'm 5 minutes early and she's already there and she's like, oh, I've been here 10 minutes already. I was like, oh, so what do I got to be like 30 minutes early to beat her? It's going to be a competition.
I don't know where that habit came from of always feeling like I didn't want to be
early.
Late.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be late for anything. I don't know where.
Was there an embarrassing moment where you like walked in and got called out for it, or
I don't know where
pivotal
that
turn?
Came from. I don't know. It might be some of my control issues that I have where I'm like, you know.
Oh, I've got one for you then. What's really interesting when we address the ego and how we feel about ourselves and what we're going to be talked about for, right? Like you can say a lot of shit about me, but you can't ever say I'm fucking late.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
So we build up these things about ourselves that we want to be known for or not known for. Mm-hmm. And we hone in on that shit hard. And it's like, I will never be late. You'll never catch me. You'll never be able to say, I don't know why. We just do it.
Well, you know, when I think about how I was probably perceived so much of the time as such a bitch, you know, it's no wonder that I try to have some
positive
endearing qualities. Like she's never late. She's a bitch, but she's never late.
Oh, there you go. See, so that brings up that is such a great segue into the next one, which is people pleasing.
Oh yes.
Oh my God, I had people pleasing when I was younger, so fucking bad, so bad that even when somebody was making me really uncomfortable, I almost couldn't even say like, "Hey, stop! You're making me uncomfortable. Like, don't talk to me like that. Leave me alone." I mean, when it was like harassment, even, it was like I almost tried to pretend like it wasn't happening because I was like, don't fucking cause a scene. Don't, you know, I don't know. And I don't know where that came from. I just hit my mic with my nail. But people pleasing, I knew early on that I was a people pleaser because I just wanted everything to be like good. I wanted everybody to be happy.
Yeah, and that's probably part of it is, I think, your personality. You know, you want things to
be like a daydream because I'm daydreaming Pisces.
Yeah. Well, you want everything to be like chill and mellow, and you're easy to get along with. And so you like to create that kind of environment where everybody's just happy and they're doing their thing and there's no conflict.
Yeah.
So I think it's like not liking conflict, not wanting conflict.
I was always a great mediator. Like I've been a mediator a lot in my life because being able to see both sides and then trying to find a good outcome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Well, you've even done that you've done that with me and other family members that when, you know, the times needed, like help me sort of see that other side of the other's perspective, the other person's perspective. So,
well, you know, that goes along with being a Libra moon. You should have that too. Libras really want things to be fair, and they want people to just be happy. Like that's part of their thing of being people.
Well, you know, I
go ahead. I love what's about to go.
Well, I just remember when I read Molly McCord's book, Awakening Astrology.
Yeah.
And she talks about the 5 main planets that really make up, that are like present. Their energies are present in our life so much. And she talked about our moon. And then I read about Libra or Libra moon, and I was like, I want to be that person.
Yeah.
That person sounds really fun, and I like the way, I like the description of it, and I was like, I want to be like that. It was one of the things that I realized.
That was more of the awareness.
It was one of the things that came to me as part of this in the 5 years that I've been doing witchcraft. It's like, I want to be like that, and so I tried to be like that, or I tried to be like that. I don't think so much of it as now I want to be that really super outgoing person, but I do want to be a kinder, gentler person, especially toward other human beings who are going through the same kind of crap we're all going through every day.
Yeah, we are all in this together.
Yeah,
it's rare that people can't understand each other once they get into a room and actually start talking. There's this exercise that we went through in my psych degree that was called like 72 questions to fall in love. It was crazy. It was an experiment that they did, okay? Mm-hmm. And basically, the way that it was set up is 2 people have to sit close to each other, and they have to look each other in the eye the whole time they are asking and answering these questions. And it starts off really simple. What's your favorite color? Where are you from? You know, and then it gets deeper. You know, what's a childhood memory? What's, you know, what do you want to do with your future? And then it gets even deeper. You know, how did it feel when somebody hurt you? And it escalates in intensity of questions. And no joke, by the end of it, people had a true love for each other because almost every single person shared experiences that the other person could relate to. And these are total strangers that they set each other up with, right? And it wasn't always like male, female, because falling in love, it wasn't meant to be romantic. It was meant to be like, I care for you like a family member. I love you. I see you. I love you. That's one of the things I like about that damn Avatar movie when they're like, I see you. I don't know. I'm doing the hand motion. Like, I feel like that's like looking into your soul. Like, I see you as a soul. I see you as a being. Anyway.
Well, to me, I see you means like I feel all the things inside of you that you've gone through, and I have compassion for that. And I just want to give you a hug and try to make it better.
I love that. You know, I always picture it like we're all looking in the mirror. Like, you're a mirror of me, I'm a mirror of you. Like, there is something there with that to consider these strangers that we run into. It's like, if that was me, how would I want to make me feel? I'm going to give that person love. I'm going to give that a kind compliment. I'm going to try to make them smile. I'm going to, you know.
Yes.
If we all went out into the world doing that, I mean.
Well, what I discovered when I started on the journey of like, I'm going to try to be more, I don't know what the right word is for it. It's just friendlier, I guess, for lack of a better word than anything else. Just be more open. I think it's more open and friendly to people.
Yeah.
And so what I would do is I'd go out and smile and say nice things to people. And the reaction that I got from that was, I felt good because I saw their reaction to me was positive, and that fed, you know, something in me that I was like, look at that. So
okay, I love that because, again, you're doing great segues. Thank you for just pushing the show right along. I really appreciate that. It's when we recognize, one of the first points is like when we recognize the root of our bad habits and we understand our triggers, that awareness is how we can change things. And for you, it was you went out and tried something new and you got a dopamine push when they responded with something wonderful, right?
For sure.
So in order to, where did I put it? What the heck? Oh, there it is. Because I wanted to use very specific words when I wrote this down. I want to keep them small, and I don't want it to sound like it comes from a psych book, but you can find all of this on like psychology.com and stuff. If you want to look into this more, if you guys, changing habits changing habits is just amazing for your spiritual growth. So you were talking about like you understood it, you went and changed something, and then you got a reward for it. And it was like, I could do that again.
That sounds like a circuit.
It's a loop. It's called the loop. Yes, it is called the behavior loop. So it's the same. The way that we create good habits is exactly the way that we create bad habits, okay? Because each thing that we do will give us like a dopamine push. And the bad habit is just something that is unhealthy for us, for growth, for all the reasons. But there's a dopamine push to that. And so I need another example. Okay. If we're talking about me and food or like drinks or something, I'm bored. So we have a cue. I'm bored. All right. Then we have a behavior or a routine thing that we do.
Go make that martini.
What's in the kitchen? I start walking around. How can I
drink?
How can I entertain myself? Right. Yeah. How can I become entertained? Entertain me. So I do something that became habitual, right? I'm like, I feel snacky. I wonder what's in the cupboard. Snacks.
That's
what?
I feel peckish.
Yeah,
Isn't it peckish?
Yeah, peckish. You said peckish. I feel snacky.
Snacky
I'm
snack.
like, what's crunchy in here? The crunch is satisfying.
You should see her face. I wish you could see her face right now. The way she's
I feel like a little.
I feel snacky.
I feel like I look like a little kitchen gremlin. Like, what's in the cupboard over here?
You do look like a little kitchen gremlin.
Thank you. Okay, so when we go through the cue, I'm bored. You go to a habitual thing. Oh, I'm going to find a way to entertain myself, whether that's food, a show, scrolling. Like we have all these habits that we do that just entertain us, air quotes, when we're bored. Next is your brain goes, oh God, I'm so glad we got out of that boredom state. And now we're doing something that's just like, I'm happy for however long, whether it's like 5 seconds, 2 hours, whatever it is. But when it's a negative habit, these are things that stack up and stop us from progressing. Whereas when it's a positive habit, you walk away going, damn, that felt good. I would do that again.
Yeah.
This is what I talk about that nobody understands in my family because none of them run. I'm like the runner's high. I'm like, damn, I want to do that 5K again. That was so fun. I still think about some of them. I'm like, that was the best. The mud runs, oh, so fun. I just like them. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I get a fucking high off of them. So it's those things when we replace habits, which is coming up, and we talk about replacing them, that dopamine push is essential to changing from the negative habit to the positive habit. So whatever you're going to change your habit into, and we're going to talk like, rituals and spells and setting intentions and maybe baths and lighting a candle and tea and whatever, it has to be something that is going to actually give you that little dopamine push of like, oh, I'm really happy I did that. I feel better. Like this makes me feel good. I feel like I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah.
So I was going to say we should just go right into the next point, but I wasn't sure if you had anything else on that.
About eating?
Just no awareness. Why are you stuck on my eating stuff? You're making me very self-conscious.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
Because I have the eating thing too. I eat for
boredom.
I eat out of boredom. I eat out of stress. I eat out of
anger, depression, sadness.
I eat when I drink too much or just when I drink. So, yeah, the eating thing, it's been a challenge.
So that's just a self-soothing mechanism.
That's what I feel like it is. It's self-soothing.
It's self-soothing.
It's soothing.
I mean, so we're like surface level getting into these bad habits, but there's real psychological damage that was done to you a long time ago. And it's a habit that you picked up from way back then.
Yeah.
That is the one constant that you can get. I mean, this is how people get on My 600-Pound Life, which I watch all the time. I fucking love that show because that is where people's habits get out of control. It doesn't stop. And then they find spouses who enable that shit. Oh my God.
I've never really watched that show.
Oh my God. It's for somebody who knows psychology. I just love it. Like you see what's happening there and it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
They had all the things around them supported their bad habit to get that far out of control.
Yeah. You'd have to almost, because how do you get to 600 pounds?
Yeah. So I want to leave you with the first little tip, like for the awareness thing. You know how people say like, mind your business, mind your mind, mind your mind. Pay attention to what is going on in your mind. Pay attention to what you're actually feeling. Get to the root of it. If you're an eater and a soother like that, ask yourself, am I actually hungry or am I just like bored, uncomfortable? This is where the power lies to turn it around and create a different habit.
Well, then you have to find a habit. I know there was a time when I was like, let me just go for a walk. Let me take a walk around the block with the dog.
It's a perfect one.
I had a thought while you were talking. Just went right out of my head.
That is like the next thing that we move into, because the most important part of this whole thing with breaking habits is you having awareness. You have to become aware. If you're not aware, nothing else can happen.
Right.
Nothing else can happen. It's awareness. True. Yeah. So, minding your mind was something that I, came up with for that instead of like mind your business, because we hear that mind your business, girl.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. So remember in Manifest Now, she talks about what are you thinking all day long, and like writing all the thoughts down that you had. So if you're not aware and you're having a hard time becoming aware, this is an exercise that could really help you, is where as you go through your day, write down every thought that you have. It might end up being 100 things, because we're always thinking. I think
the brain never turns off.
It never turns off. So you're always thinking about something. So write down each of the thoughts that comes through your mind. And then at the end of that day, then look at those, like how many of those are in the negative category. It's a way to start seeing like patterns with your thoughts. So that's from Manifest Now by Idealionaire. Yeah. So that's a good book. But she talks about, that's an exercise. I was like, that's really good.
That's a great book for mantras, exercises, everything. I love that book.
My mind's always going.
I know.
Always going.
That's why I told you our whole family has ADHD. And we didn't know this was normal operating level for us. And it was like, oh wait, normal people, normal air quotes, Other people, their brain is never on, and that's why we always think they're fucking stupid. Like, what is wrong with you? How did you not think 5 steps ahead of this? And maybe not really, but sometimes I'm like, what? How did you not see that coming? Like, I saw that standing way back there. Like, I don't know. Another podcast, ADHD. We have that on the list, don't we?
I think so, yeah. So are we on 2 or 3?
We were going to 2 because I have this great,
okay.
Yes, because the awareness thing is everything.
That's first.
Have to have awareness.
Yep.
Practice that. Practice being aware of your thoughts. Practice being aware of your behaviors. Practice not doing things out of a routine. Like, if you normally come home from your job, set your shit down, and then go straight to the kitchen and open up the refrigerator, change it. Do something else. Set your stuff down. Go to a family member, go to your pet, go outside, go water your plants, go do something else first. That's the first key, because you're aware now. You're like, oh, fuck, I do always come home and just crack a beer, open something,
Well, yeah,
like
you
whatever.
see that in the movies.
Right?
Like the man comes home from work, grabs a beer, sits down in a lazy chair, and turns the TV on.
How about, oh my God, I have a funny story for you then. Like when I was younger, before I had sex ever, in the movies, they always smoked cigarettes after sex. And I was like, am I going to have to like learn how to smoke? Because I really don't want to smoke. Like I thought that. I was like, oh my God, everybody's going to be smoking after sex. And I'm just going to be like, I don't know how to smoke. What, does it come with the condom? How do you know how to smoke after sex? Like when I was younger, that was just because it was always in the shows.
It was always in the
movies.
movies.
Like what the fuck?
It's not anymore because they took cigarettes out of pictures. They finally got rid of that. But yeah, for a long time it was like that, wasn't it?
It was like that.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know what I was going to do about that. I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to have sex until I learn how to smoke. Like I didn't know which one comes first.
The chicken or the egg.
You didn't smoke. So like I wasn't around people that smoked really.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, funny, weird story. Oh no. Okay. So sidetracking. I wanted to tell you about an acronym for the awareness thing that's much funnier than mind your mind. Okay. Watch your ass.
Watch your ass.
Watch your ass. And ass is AASS.
AASS.
AASS, yeah.
Which stands for
activities as self-support.
Activities. Is that a psych thing?
No, I made it up.
You just made that
I just
up.
made it up.
She's just making shit up.
I like making shit up.
She does like making shit up.
I live in my world. So it's funnier to be like, I'm doing this for my ass. I'm minding my ass. I don't know. Like creating something different than mind your mind. Okay,
Yeah.
read another fucking self-help book, right? Like that's not as funny. But if you're like, I gotta watch my ass. I gotta do this for my ass. Something else that just lets you know. Anytime now you hear the word ass, this is activities as self-support. But I also wrote down
as self-support.
Self-support. Or you could say soul support, spiritual support, like any activities for spiritual support. I mean, it could be AFs, like with an F. But it's, you want to know that these activities that you're doing are for your spiritual support. Mm-hmm. That's it. So that's what ass means. So mind your ass, Mom.
Mind your ass.
And that's the end of the podcast. That's all you need to know. That's it. We're done. But that is the essentials of behavior change. Becoming aware and deciding to do something about it. It's as easy as that. Now we're going to go into some of the pitfalls of why trying to change habits don't really work. And people are like, I've tried to go to the gym every year at New Year's because that's what you're supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. You want to always start with small things. What? You took a breath and like you were going to say.
No. I was just thinking about, I was thinking about New Year's resolution.
Oh, the
you
New
say
Year's
everybody
resolutions,
goes, and I was thinking about how busy the gym gets at the first of the year.
It does. It's so annoying.
For the first 6 weeks, everybody's in there.
I know.
And then it starts thinning out.
Yeah. That's why, we had a hard time at the beginning of the year when everybody was there. We're like, I wish they'd give up already. All the machines everybody's everywhere. We're like, God, we got to come an hour earlier now because everybody jumped on the New Year's resolution.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. And then they don't stick with it either because they go too hard. They try to make too big of it. They make it big, yeah. They make the change really big. Like I'm going to go work out for an hour a day, 6 days a week.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's not sustainable.
I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 2 months. Doing this, and I'm a size 16. I'm going to fit into my size 10 jeans by, the 1st of March.
Well,
Crazy stuff
it's more
like
like,
that.
I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to give up drinking. And so like they just try to change their whole life all at once.
Pile it all on at once. That does not work. So when I started this dry September, I already knew my eating was not where I was eating too much and too often and too much and too often. But when I started dry September, I was like, I'm only going to address the alcohol to start out with. That's it. I'm just going to stop that. And then once I feel like I've got a handle on that, then I'll address my eating. And that's just come, addressing my eating part has come in the last week or so after I had a conversation with my younger daughter about what's worked for her, because she looks really good. She started fasting a couple of years ago, and she was talking about how it really changed her. I think she said it just changed her. I don't know if it was her metabolism. I don't think she said that, but she realized.
Yeah, I don't know what she
I
said.
think what happens when you stop eating all the time, like I was doing all the time.
like 3 meals a day and a snack and your dessert or something like
I worked
that.
from home, so I was in the kitchen constantly. I would eat breakfast and
Were you
then
snacking?
I was snacking. Yeah. And I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
But I was eating because.
Were you bored? Did you need something to change? What was going
I
on?
was stressed at work or bored. Because, when you work at home, people talk about working at home. Oh, I want to work from home. Listen, when you're by yourself all day long, 24 hours a day, it's fucking boring. So
There's no human interaction.
Yeah.
That's why I got to come over here and bother her. I got to throw myself in.
So taking on too much when you start to try to change some of the habits. First of all, there's the awareness. Then there is the dopamine, the loop.
The loop,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, but these pitfalls that we can run into is we try to do too much,
too fast.
Yep. And the expectations
that we put on
ourselves are more than we can do, and so it becomes very easy to be like, this is just too hard, I just can't do this. I just
saying fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Be like, fine, I'm just gonna always be fucking fat.
Go grab
or whatever.
that half-gallon of ice cream right
Not
out of the
with
freezer.
The fucking BOGOs with Publix, the Tillamook ice cream. Oh,
listen, I
can't keep ice cream in the house.
I can't keep ice cream, and I can't keep chips in the house. I just stop buying them because they're too tempting for me.
Did I tell you what Cameron said when he came over? So my son's been out of the house for like 6 months, you guys, maybe longer. 6 months,
about 6 months.
He came over to the house to him and his friends started a pressure washing business, and they're out there doing the driveway. And so he comes in, he used to live there, and he starts going through the cupboards, and he's like, I realized something. I was the bad influence on all the snack food here, wasn't I? I'm like, I definitely bought it because of you, but I ate it. So, I don't know. You were my excuse for having it. But now there's nothing like that in the house because, you got to get your shit together sometime maybe. I don't know. If I don't have it in the house, I won't eat it. And that's the way that I eliminate that habit. I would have to leave the house, go to the store, just buy a bag of chips, and go through all of that trouble to get my munches, my crunches.
Exactly.
So I just
not
don't.
worth it.
Yeah. I just wait till I go out somewhere, and then I get with a sandwich or something. I get those kettle chips that the restaurants make, and I'm fine. I'm like, I had my crunch fix. So small shifts is what we're talking about, not big shifts. You want to start very small. Give yourself time, and don't think that you need to do it all at once. Just allow the things to take place.
How about this? Feel compassion for yourself, for that part of you that's trying to become your highest vibration and reach your highest vibration. So give yourself grace in that area because it takes time, and I did anyway. I fell back, I go forward, I fell back. I think that's probably human nature, as we one step forward, 2 steps back sometimes. But give yourself grace, be kind, be gentle with yourself, and not to have such high expectations that you're like Wonder Woman or something.
Yeah, we can be for short bursts. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We can sustain that for short bursts, but it's not sustainable long term.
Right. That's exactly
You didn't
right.
build these habits in the short bursts. They didn't become a habit in a short time like that. It took time to become the thing that you do. So you need to give yourself time to break it as well.
And I think that's really true when you've had some lifelong habits like mine. Some of my habits, I say, I'm almost 66. So this bluntness that I've always just thought was part of my personality, to change that takes me constantly being aware of it and checking myself when I'm even thinking something negative about somebody else. I check that now. So I'm still doing it. I still do it from time to, and I don't even know how much I do it, but I still do it. But I catch it now.
You catch
and I
it
say,
because you've got awareness.
Okay, so no, that's not the, I just check myself on it and be like, anyway.
So a great thing, when Kat's talking about her being able to be aware and check it, we will not always have that capability, because there will be days when you are just fucking done and you don't have the ability to go, I need to step back. I need to be, you need to like sort of control the inner urge to be the old you, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to say, when you want to start these small habit changing things, figure out what time of day that you have the most energy. Maybe you're a morning person and like that's when all your energy is. Afternoon person, evening person, whatever it is. And when you first start, just decide to do it during that time when you're like, I'm always really good energy, like I'm good, because you're more aware then. Your energy is really active. When you have gone through the day and you're tired and you've just done a lot of stuff, your brain is literally tired. It doesn't want to do anymore. And what we are really fighting is your brain has literally carved out a network between neurons for that habit. And you are having to redraw that road for your brain. And your brain is like the car. It gets to the junction of, oh, I could go over here and do that new thing that we've been doing a little while. And the road is like not paved all the way. There's fucking boulders in it. You got to kind of like, oh, it's a sketchier road. Then there's this other smooth as fuck road. Your tires fit on it perfectly. It takes no effort to do it. That's your old habit. And that's what'll happen when you're tired and exhausted and you've already been through it. It's like, it'll be so much harder to take that new road, to do that new habit thing. So start with the time of day that you have the most energy. That would be my most helpful thing. Like, I knew when I needed to redo my programming for running, which is like get myself back into the habit of doing it. I'm a morning person, runner. I like to like literally get out of bed half asleep, put everything on and fucking get out on the road, and then I'm great. But I do not like to get up and then have a cup of coffee and sit around and talk to my husband, because that's his morning routine. He is I need 2 hours before I function. I'm like, I've lost the fucking desire now. I don't want to, what do you mean? I don't even want to get back out of bed. Like, I can't. So recognizing those things about yourself and knowing when is the best time to do it for you. Don't listen to all the other bullshit out there. Like, assess yourself. There's all kinds of articles written on when you should do stuff. You should do stuff when you feel it. That's the same way we talk about rituals and spell work. Do it when you feel it, when your energy is in it. Kat already really addressed the like be gentle with yourself part, but I think the one thing that you'll need to make a list of, because you need to have options when you want to change a behavior. Write down 5 to 10 simple things that you can do that actually bring you joy, that are alternative replacements for a habit that you want to break. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a habit. Name a habit for me, Mom.
That you want to break?
Yeah, like just any habit.
Oh,
I know, right? We're talking about, and I'm stumped.
Scrolling.
Doom scrolling, right? They
Yeah,
call it doom scrolling.
yeah.
Okay. Say you want to break your habit of doom scrolling. When you have this list of 5 to 10 things, I want them to be simple, spiritual things that you can do. So have a candle ready to go somewhere that you're like, I'm going to go light this candle and just sit and think about what I want for my future. That's it. That's your only job. It doesn't take a lot of brain effort. It's just going to be like, I'm going to sit here with this candle while it's burning, and I'm going to think about like the future that I want to build for myself. And hopefully that gives you a dopamine kick. I am going to say, pick the 5 to 10 things that give you a little bit of a dopamine kick that you like, that make you happy. So maybe that's like taking 5 to 10 minutes out to doodle or draw, taking a walk in nature, like going and watching my bees and butterflies and birds outside in my yard. That shit makes me feel alive. I'm just like, oh,
You know what? I just heard the most interesting thing from Molly McCord when I was listening to her latest podcast. Molly McCord's an astrologer that we follow. She's really great. But she's talked about how the bottoms of our feet have the biggest pores in our body, and so when we go out and like get our feet in the ground,
In the dirt,
and how
yeah.
in the dirt and stuff, and how all of those pores, like releases things. And I thought about why we go out, why we ground, why we go outside and
Yeah.
want to be. So that really resonated when I heard that. I was like, oh, that really makes sense for why does that feel good to us to do that? That's because of those the largest pores in our body, and reaching all the other systems when
Yeah.
we go do that. So
It helps
I think
regulate.
I think that's a really good thing to do. To go down to the park, take the dog for a walk, just go around the block. You don't have to do a 2-mile walk. It can be like
Small stuff.
it's around the block, and you see the neighbors, and you get outside, and you're like, oh, look at that sky. Oh my gosh, if it's in
Yeah,
the
just be
morning.
observant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be aware. Like, again, this is all about just being aware and being present, really. And I guess, when you're first starting out, I would say find something that replaces the habit that you're only going to do for 5 minutes. Because remember, we have bad habits like procrastination. And maybe every time you're experiencing your procrastination, you're going to go for a walk because that's just more procrastination. So, it's like, but you recenter yourself. If you're procrastinating doing something, what you could do in front of that candle is think of how good it will feel to get the thing done and be like, just fucking get it over with. Just get it done so you can move on to spend your energy on something else. That's what I have to do to myself. I have to like kind of kick myself in the ass. I ask for help. I ask my mom and my sister to come over and help me with things that are emotionally taxing that I have to do, that are jobs like around my house, to say redo a bedroom or redo my lanai or whatever. It's like I need that partnership, and I'm okay to ask for it. So creating the community is kind of the next thing.
Yeah, and
where
I
having people around you.
because I love going over and helping you with stuff.
Jolene does too, and I was like, oh wow, I feel like I'd be
Well,
burdening
she has
people.
like the coolest house ever, right? So her
thank
house
you.
is really great.
I love
And
my
then
house.
of course after we work up a sweat, we can get in the pool, so that's really nice too. If it's the right time of year.
The dopamine kick.
Yeah.
That's
And
what you're getting.
if it's too cold for the pool, then the beach is only a mile away, so we can take a walk on the beach.
Go to the beach.
Yeah.
I have great gardens around my house, so you
got nice
I walk
gardens.
through the garden a lot because just sitting and observing like the butterflies. There's so many different butterflies, and all the crazy bees that I have, like all the native ones, and yeah, I love it.
So I sit on my
Shit's
lanai
magical.
and just watch things out there because I'm working on turning my yard into a habitat for more butterflies and things. I've
Yeah,
got stuff
sanctuary.
growing, and just and I get a lot of birds because I put out like bird
do,
feeders
you
and
get
bird
the
baths.
cutest birds.
I get so many birds, and I just love seeing them all come down and eat in the morning. First, they'll be up on the telephone wire, like waiting for me to come out with the food, and then they'll swoop down. As long as my dog Tank isn't out there, they'll swoop down and they'll just start really enjoying. I was like, it's such a lovely thing to
It's
watch.
so sweet, isn't it?
I love it.
I
yeah.
know. I love that. She has these adorable little like finches. She has this place in her yard we call the Goddess Circle, and it's basically a circle that's full of quartz sand. And we've yet to make it super magical, but we're working on it. It's a project in work.
It is.
And it's a project in work. That's not how you say that. It's
all
a
right.
project
Work in progress.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She speaks my English better than I do. And these little birds, you guys, will come down and they will take little dirt baths where they make a little hole in the dirt and then they fluff up their
In the sand,
feathers
in
in
the
the
quartz
sand,
sand,
and
yeah.
because the sand is cold. Quartz doesn't retain heat, which is why it's used in a lot of our like, electronics and stuff, is because it stays cool. Well, the birds know that this sand is really cool, like cool to the touch, and they take all their little baths in it, and it's
My
the
dog,
fucking
I
cutest.
know it is the cutest thing
I don't
you've
get that
ever
in my
seen.
yard. I
It's
know.
the cutest thing you've ever seen
It
in
is
your life.
so cute,
Oh
and there'll
my
be like
goodness.
10 of them all doing their little bird bath,
bird
in
bath,
the-
bird sand bath. is
bird
what they're
sand
doing.
bath. Yeah. Oh my god, it's the
so
fucking
adorable.
best. I love
All right,
it.
so the last thing is, that's the community.
No, so, yeah, having the
It's,
community, reaching out to people. You know what? Reach out to us. We check our shit. You can leave us messages. We'll help. We'll
for
be there
sure.
for you. You want some accountability? You want to be able to tell somebody about it? We'll listen. We'll cheer you on. We'll be your cheerleaders. It's having that is also a dopamine kick, I think, because a lot of times we can feel very alone in our practices. And most of what I hear is like, how do I find other witches? Same. How do we find other witches? Physically, locally, like we can find each other online, but in
well,
neighborhoods, like
I think that becomes an awareness thing where you're starting to look at other people and looking for signs, because witches a lot of witches I know, they'll be wearing some kind of crystal. They'll be doing something that's kind of a giveaway, so you can sort of like start the conversations. I know
Yeah.
you can't just run up and be like, "Are you a witch? You're wearing quartz." You know,
That's
or you're
happened to me
wearing
though. People have
smoky
literally been
quartz.
like, "Are you a witch?" I'm like, "I am." Thanks for asking.
But I mean, I think that's a good way
Yeah.
to connect with people, to say something about, like, especially if you see someone with some crystal jewelry, it's like, I love that.
Yeah.
Where did you get it? And that's putting yourself out there.
It is.
And
But you'll get rewarded.
But you'll be rewarded because
Yeah.
you'll find that. And this, of course, depends on where you live. But I think we have a lot of witches here in this area, because every time there's a witch stuff at the Dollar General or wherever it is, that stuff's gone like immediately. So
Yeah. It's like we're not in on the witch circle yet, where they all call each other and be like, "Go to what's another store? Go to Michael's right now. All the witch stuff is out. You can
Yeah,
just get it
exactly.
ahead of time." We're like, damn it, we need to be on that call list.
yeah. Okay.
Lastly, I just want to mention something for like clarity and getting help for changing habits, and even if they're like really toxic, because obviously like addictions are really bad. Those are bad habits that we could be talking about.
Yep.
Like things that get really deep and like serious. Cognitive behavioral therapy is what they do now, where you're actually coming in and you are practicing that mindfulness, is what it's called. We're just using the word awareness, but mindfulness of how you're operating and what your habits are. And then it's going to be behavioral substitution, where you are literally taking a habit and you are substituting it for another habit, which we already talked about. And for us as witches, we want it to be things that are spiritual, that help us grow and elevate, and advance ourselves, become more enlightened. And the last one that CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, teaches is to reframe our negative thoughts when we're spiraling, going down, and everything. It's like doom and gloom, doom and gloom. So being aware and the thought changing, which is what Kat talked about. So you guys just got your first therapy session. Congratulations in cognitive behavioral therapy.
Well, and I would like to say before we go, I'd like to make a recommendation for anybody who does not know Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has written some outstanding books on the mind and
habits.
And he's got stuff all over YouTube.
Yeah, lots of free stuff out there.
So much free stuff, but
Yeah.
look him up and start listening to some of his stuff, because when I hear him talk, I'm so into it. I just
Yeah.
love listening to him talk about, it's the way that it's about human behavior and
It
all
is.
these things, and how we change it.
Yeah.
And how we change our minds to change our lives.
And it's changing your mind. I think that's like what he says, right? Change your mind to change your life. And changing our mind becomes, it's being aware of what your mind is doing. Remember, mind your mind or watch your ass. Okay. So we're doing things as actions for self-support, because we need that. I think we can probably end with that, huh? I feel like we could go on with this topic for a long time.
But we're coming up on our hour, so
man. Yeah.
we're gonna let you go for tonight. We hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed this podcast, and until next time,
Until next time, witches.
we'll see you.
All right. Bye.